We have a new metaverse. I've been telling you about this. It's been out there building, called Aradena. They just recently announced that Animoca invested in there, and I'm telling you this is not sponsored information. This is me telling you so you be aware. The medieval metaverse is on the way. How does this relate to Decentraland? I think each one of these plazas in Decentraland are going to connect to these other metaverses. They're going to be portals and hubs to all these different metaverses that are going to want to partner with the pioneering metaverse, Decentraland. They're all going to want to integrate. They're all going to want to connect. So how is Decentraland going to manage this? They have different plazas for different kinds of culture, one of those being the medieval plaza. And I can assure you, I have high hopes that Aradena one day, obviously nothing has been approved of this, but one day they will connect, hopefully, to the other metaverses, and they've said that that's something they'd be interested in. So imagine having an experience that crosses into Decentraland here in Medieval Plaza. It's important for me to tell you this because a recent milestone has happened. Aradena has been invested in by Animoca Brands. For those of you who don't know Animoca, they were investors in both the Sandbox as well as Phantom Galaxies. They have definitely made a track record of having great picks, and it's exciting to see that they're behind Aradena. They have a brand new white paper and roadmap that have just come out. And if you've heard me rant about Aradena in the past, and sheesh, I even talked about it on the CBS on this CBS documentary. Here we go. Let me see if we can pull that up right here. I showed you this, but as I was saying before, Aradena has had their lead equity round. There has been led by Animoca. Animoca is definitely a leader in the space. Do your research on them, but they are also invested heavily in the Sandbox. I think they led the equity. They led an equity round with them as well. They own Blowfish Studios, which is making Phantom Galaxies. They know a thing or two about blockchain gaming, and Aradena will be their sort of shining glory of the medieval metaverse. And I think that is a story that it carries power around the world, regardless of it being a blockchain game. There's a lot of story and experiences that can be had around this. So that's why I was bullish on it from the beginning. And you can see where we are right now in their roadmap. And I can assure you that this whole process was very enjoyable to go through. Seeing their team create their responsiveness and conversation and professionalism within the community, and they're really in service to their holders, and they're want to create a really great game. They love games, and they wanted to make a fun game, and it comes out in the way they're building this. They want to think about this on a deep. It almost feels like when you were making games with your friends and deciding the rules as a kid. It just brought back that feeling of being able to have a community which you have regular report for. Like a lot of these projects, you get a lot very pumpy, and there's a lot of random people that come and go. But here's people joining. They're there for the culture. They're there for the story. So I guess the next thing they're going to be having is off-chain questing. Use your NFTs to. There are these NFT warrior characters. You can use them for off-chain staking, and that gives you, some of their token. They have a partnership with Polygon. They're moving their assets from ETH to Poly if you want. They're gonna launch their they're launching in Seedify their token. Their battleground. So basically, their game that they're developing is scheduled to come out Q4 2022. So the end of this year, we're expecting to see the full public launch, which, of course, in Battleground esports tournaments, so with it, this is going to be exciting. This is going to be a lot of growth up until here, you better bet. So, literally, as you can imagine, with that happening, which I told y'all was going to happen, I told y'all this was going to pop off. So with that, literally, you can see here, definitely a nudge in the trading volume. The question is, will this continue? We'll see. We'll see. 1 month after they launched, they had a big up in their trading volume, it looks like. But look, there was only 13 sales. So these were really rare pieces that sold for a high amount of ETH. So that's why you see it's like, this is 13 sales, right? 32, 39, 28. Today, we've had 34. So that is definitely in line with some of this earlier, more active points. But yeah, today the floor has gone up quite a bit. It says 0.075, but that's actually not the case. Like, I've tried to refresh OpenSea, but literally so many sales are happening for this that the floor hasn't even changed.